I said who my favorite pick of the first round was, Brock Bowers. Like, what other pick or picks jumped out to you in the first round? Again, understanding that everybody's grade is incomplete, or teams. I mean, Carolina jumping in the last minute and getting the guy who said, hey, they told me they were going to draft me. Xavier Legette out of South Carolina. Ricky Pearsall, I like him a lot.
That was mine.
Round. Yeah, Ricky Pearsall.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I was surprised by it.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised that he went to San Francisco. I like him.
I do too.
But I'm surprised he went to San Francisco when they had other options on the board too, who I thought would
But he's
be
got so many
good
question
for them.
marks at wide receiver, I guess. I mean, you think Ayuk's out the door? If not now, next year.
That's why the pick intrigues me.
Yeah.
Why they picked him, good player. I thought he'd go in the second or third round. Good player, Ricky Pearsall. But what does it mean for Debo? What does it mean for Ayuk? Or do they just keep all those dudes together? They keep them all together? And so I just wanted to see is there something else? If there's something else coming, I'm intrigued by that. If there's nothing else coming and they're just going to roll with this and they feel like, hey, we would have been even more explosive last year if we had a weapon like Pearsall, who is great in the slot, but also can do some work on the perimeter. If we had somebody like this,
I like him.
When Kansas City locked us down in the Super Bowl, and they put their corners on us and we couldn't, and Debo was quiet, and Ayuk was quiet. If we had somebody else, I enjoy saying that. If we had somebody else who could kind of loosen things up.
And the reason you enjoy saying that is because the Eagles were nowhere to be found. But I will say this, like you talked about so smart, and Kansas City, they're smarter and they're faster. I would add richer. I would add the Eagles, they're smarter, they're faster, they're richer. I mean, they paid both receivers. They've been paying everybody.
They know they have a good time, don't they?
Dude,
and they do this stuff on draft day, Mike. They do it on draft day.
They're like, draft day is our day. But not only do they seem to have a different cap from everybody else, shout out to their cap department, Howie Roseman and the way they manage their money.
Yeah.
But Quinyon Mitchell, man, we've been talking about offense because offense dominated the night. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about a few defensive players. They may have gotten the best cornerback in the draft at pick 22. Like all those offensive players going early meant that teams whose offenses are more or less intact, like Philadelphia, all right, like Baltimore, who got Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. Those teams, or Detroit for that matter, getting Terrion Arnold, trading up, getting Arnold out of Alabama, and helping solidify their back end on their defense. Those teams were able to get premier corners that maybe in any other year when offense isn't so deep, they were able to get them and add to their defense. But I loved Philadelphia just saying, come on. Yep, that's right. All y'all take these receivers because we got two. We got two that's getting paid already. We're good. Take all these receivers. Take all these tackles because we got
They're
two.
Ahead.
We got two that's getting paid already. Take all these tackles. Take a quarterback. Oh, we got one. We got one that's getting paid already. Oh, there we go. We'll take some people's.
They're ahead of the game.
Yep.
They're ahead of the game. They just got it. Now look. Now the pressure's on. Now the pressure's on the Eagles coaching staff. They feel like they got everything they need. They've given the coaching staff. Nick Sirianni, we gave you a new OC. We spared you. New OC, new DC. Got A.J. Brown signed. So no more rants on WIP about A.J. Brown. He doesn't want to be here. Are they going to trade him? Nope. He's going to be there. Devontae Smith is there. Yeah. Everything. Now, I'll tell you, my favorite looking corner went right after Quinyon Mitchell. Did you see my man in Detroit? Did you see him? Did you see what Arnold was wearing? Did you see that suit? That's Detroit, baby. That's Detroit. My man had a pink paisley suit.
He knew where he was going.
Come on, bruh. That's what I'm talking about.
That was Jordan Addison from last season type ensemble. But yeah, no, that's clean. That's clean.
Oh,
that was a great moment. I like the okie doke that Brad Holmes pulled. Like, hey man, our guy on the clock at the end of the draft, at the end of the first round. I don't want y'all to be mad at us if we trade out. Like, psych, we trading up. You know what I mean? That was a great moment. That was definitely a great moment for.
And he addressed the crowd. I thought it was great when he addressed the crowd. hey, Detroit, hey, it's about the Super Bowl. You're getting a winner. We trying to get to the bowl. I like
Bro, they
the
talking
Detroit
about money.
Lions.
They spending money. They spending some serious paper locking up their young guys too. We ain't even talk about that.
I mean, like you look at some of the moves that these teams are. So we've already mentioned 3 NFC teams that are making moves that we're applauding, in a sense. I don't know if you're applauding. You always applaud San Francisco. You love San Francisco. So give San Francisco some applause.
No, I just don't like you.
All right, yeah, okay, that's nice. That's nice.
In a debate sense, in an adversarial sense, like a healthy rivalry.
No, you said it right the first time. You said it right the first time. I got it.
Yeah.
Don't try to clean it up. Don't try to clean it up. Philadelphia making great moves, and Detroit too. Mm-hmm. Detroit. When we're gonna look back, I should start working on this now. I should start working on this book now. We're gonna look back 5, not 10 years, 5 years. The draft hits. It's like Hittown, USA, Motown, Detroit.
Yeah.
What they've done in the draft since Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell got there is staggering.
They're Stevie Wonder. They're Stevie Wonder in the 70s era.
The 70s.
That kind of run.
Oh, we got another one. Oh, it's another one. Just cranking out the hits. Classic after classic.
Yeah.
You know what? They're going to win it this year. That's the last thing I'm going to say. They're going to win it this year.
No, wait.
They're going to be like Don Staley. It's going to be they're going to have their Don Staley moment. Uncommon favor. Hey, you had your heart broken last year in San Francisco, but this year, is it in New Orleans? Is the Super Bowl in New Orleans this year? I don't know.
It is. It
is.
It? I think, yeah.
In New Orleans. In New Orleans. We're gonna have Dan Campbell crying on the sideline like Don Staley. He'll give Don Staley a shout out. They winning it. Super Bowl champs, Detroit Lions. Mark it down.
So since you prophesied and you invoked Reverend Don Staley's uncommon favor, I'm gonna do what church people sometimes don't know to do, which is leave it there. I wasn't gonna ask you another question, but that's a great way to end the conversation. I mean, there's no reason to go on after you brought Don Staley into the conversation. So we're good. Good stuff, man. If the fun's just starting, the fun is just starting.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.